Hello. Happy triumphant Thursday. So it's a triumphant Thursday, right? Yes. So let's let some people know because we're about to talk about Big Brother. And I forgot like one thing. Hang tight. Listen. All right. So ain't no party like a big brother party if I ain't got my keys with me. Hey, ain't no party like a big brother party if I ain't got my keys with me. All right. So as you all know, I am Big Brother 16. Yes, I'm a J. I love it, love it, love it. And I love every moment of it. Didn't change it for the world, didn't change it for a thing. So I'm so excited to just talking to you guys about Big Brother season 24. So we're on BB 16. BB 16. So I had to bring my key with me, right? I wish it was like a mix. So yes, let's talk about Big Brother. This is life, this is not. Was it giving you life? What did Big Brother do for you last night? I am so excited. Let me tell the people who are here and because listen, I like the first night and you might be like, well, why? What else do you like? I don't think so. There we go. There we go. So the reason that I absolutely was feeling it, loving it, all for it, because it's going to be the first time, right? The first time where people going to the house and they come into the house and they don't really know. They don't know. And this is so nice. This is like life is amazing, right? Until, until they start really so initially all and then they start playing and then it starts going a little bit left. So at this point, nobody knows each other. It's all good. Everybody's ready to play games. Nobody is taking each other, contact each other. So we just see a regular, there's a cat. And I remember the time when I was regular, I was just I wasn't trying to do anything but be me and to say like, you know, until, until, y'all know how it goes. You know how to do the work. Once you start jumping in that place, that's when it goes with it. And everybody really, 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 you know, why, but you got to.
All right. So, what about now?
Hold on.
I'm back. Am I still muffled?
What about now? Oh, you sound so much better. So much better. We hear you. Am I
Okay.
still? What about now? Oh, you sound so much better. Oh, Lord. So
All right. Hopefully, you all can still hear me now. And what I'm going to do is, I should have just checked myself, actually. So, technical difficulties, that's what kind of happens. Hopefully, you can hear me now, and we definitely can get it going. I'm going to try to listen just a little bit myself. Definitely can. Okay, good, because I can hear it. So I started out just, let's do a quick one. I'm just going to just flash the pictures. You know, you got Terrence, you have Daniel, Taylor, you have Monte, Amira, Jasmine, Pooch, you have Turner, you have Michael, we have Palomar, we have Kyle, Nicole, Indy, Alyssa, Brittany, and Joseph. And Joseph was that last minute replacement that we all know came in at the last little bit. So Joseph was a last minute replacement. At the beginning, I showed my key, of course, because I am Jocasta, but better known as Mama J from Big Brother 16. And Paloma, I think I said Palomar, but Paloma. So at the beginning, guess what they did? Each time they, oh yeah, good morning, Nalda. I just saw that. So each time with Big Brother, you know, you have certain guests come at certain in a certain bunch, right? And it all varies. They do it different a lot. So here, the first set of house guests were Jasmine, Kyle, and Paloma and Paloma and Monte. So we found out a little bit about them. We found out that Jasmine was from Mississippi, but she lives in Atlanta, that she grew up on a farm. We also found out that Jasmine actually likes to, well, she's an entrepreneur and she came up with this whole press on nail business. So she owns that company, right? So then we also found out that her dad passed away and that her dad loved Big Brother. And so she wanted basically, you know, do this for her dad and herself. Then came Kyle. Kyle was from Utah. He used to be Mormon. He's not anymore. He said there was a little bit of with his parents, but they were like, okay, you know, now they no longer feel a certain ways because he's not Mormon. He said he tells the ladies that he live in his parents' basement, But I'm like, you tell them you live in your parents' basement? Really, Kyle? Is that really what you doing? You telling these people that you living in your parents' basement? Okay. He said, but he tell them it's just some old or elderly couple that lives upstairs. You mean your mom and daddy? His mama said, please go get a wife. He said, no, I'm coming to get that $750,000. So, mama, I don't know. He might get a showman's, but I don't know if he's going to wife her. And it may not be Nicole situation going on. So, Paloma is from San Diego. She went to Berkeley. She's an interior designer. She's Greece and Mexican. I'm like, okay. Monte, personal fitness coach. He has a degree in mechanical engineering. I'm like, Monte, but you want to be personal fitness? Okay. And he's part Puerto Rican. Wow. He does impressions. He did Denzel. I was laughing. I was like, okay, he might keep the house going. So he'll give a good social game, is what he was giving me. Um, and he should be able to, gone. So he said, I'm the bronze and the brains. So I like that. Now they all ran into the house just like everybody else does. And guess what? They had to go find a ticket. They ran in and they had to get their festival hot spots. These hot spots were your porta potties, your piercing tents, your merch stand. Also, later on, we find out there is a backstage boss, right? So we find that out a little later on. So this station, they were supposed to go to a station, pick, choose, right? Find a station, grab your ticket, run back out. So Jasmine, I see she went and got the ticket. Like she was like, okay, y'all want to run around the house, y'all want to do all of that, but I'm gonna go get this ticket. So she went, got her ticket. She started then like running around looking, then they had to go head out because it is live TV. So they all have it. They found out where they're going. Porta potties. Porta potties was sucking them all in. Jasmine went to a porta potty. Monte went to the porta potty. Paloma went to the porta potty. But who else? Monte, Jasmine, Paloma all went to porta potties, except for, wait a minute, who didn't go to the porta potty? Or was it all four of them got? No, that's right. All four of them got porta potties because they were like, I heard them as they were going back to Julie Moonves. They said, this must be rigged, right? And I was laughing because I was like, production, y'all a little iffy sometimes, but we won't go there. It's early in the season. All right. So then up comes Alyssa. She's from Florida. Alyssa says that she is a marketing person for a plastic surgeon. She said first she was like, I'm in a beauty industry. So she does customer service for a swimsuit line company. And yeah, I don't know. It was just giving me, she do a lot. Writes poetry as well. She was giving me Jennifer Lopez in Monster in Law. No, remember Jennifer Lopez had all of those different jobs and stuff like that. So yeah, we're on the second set of not housewives, of house guests in this Big Brother house. Alyssa, Daniel, Taylor, and Michael. So then she says that also Alyssa said, I'm there to win the $750,000, but she said they've always watched Big Brother in her house and they even played Big Brother games. She said my mama used to line us up on the wall and spray us with the water hose and say, let's see who can stay the longest. Okay, sis, I don't know if that's cool or not. Should we call CPS? Oh, you grown now, so it don't even matter. All right, so Daniel, professional Elvis tribute performer and an artist. So he's in Vegas performing. He's a super fan, but of course he doesn't want anybody to know he's a super fan. Then Taylor, beautiful Taylor, personal stylist. She was talking about literally the most expensive thing that she's done, like styled somebody for, was a suit that was covered in crushed diamonds. And she said her biggest sale was $18,000. Well, go ahead, sis. But then when she said she was Miss Michigan, I said, okay, she's coming through with them all, Miss Kenya Moore. So she was Miss Michigan in 2021 and she plays tennis. So she's athletic and she's pretty. And she seems like she has her head on, meaning she's smart. Michael is a criminal defense lawyer. Wow. Okay, Michael. Michael didn't look like he would be up there defending nobody. He looked like he would, I mean, be a corporate lawyer. But a defense attorney, he wasn't giving me defense attorney vibe. I was like, is he tricking us? Because does he realize we not the house guests? We just America. Michael, are you tricking us or is this true? Say what say you. So he's from Minnesota. So that's your second set of house guests. And Michael has been watching since he was 8. So I would deem him as a, I would say Michael also is a super fan. So then they got to run out to those festival hot spots, the porta potties, the piercing tent, and the merch stand. Now, as they're running out there, they get their tickets, they run, they scan their tickets. Michael, Alyssa, and Daniel all get the merch stand. Then Taylor is the only one headed over to the piercing tent. So, So in we get the third set of house guests, the third set of 4 house guests. There's Nicole, Turner, Joseph, and Brittany. Nicole is a private chef in Florida. She used to be a police officer. I'm tongue-tied. She used to be a police officer for 10 years. 10 years, right? And she said she's been watching Big Brother since season 1. Her and I are actually the same age. She's 41 years old. So you've watched Big Brother since season 1. Okay, girl. So she knows some stuff. She knows what's going on. She understands. So I'm like, all right. Then you got Turner, which his sister had went on a rant on Twitter. Did anybody else see that? I might have to do a separate little chit chat with you, a little conversation, because his sister went ham when she found out her brother was on Big Brother. Wasn't his sister? Wasn't his brother? I'm pretty sure it was his sister. Pretty sure. So Turner says that he's an artist and he owns his own thrift store and he's a hippie and that he lived in his van for like 2 years. Yeah, Turner. Where they do that at? So then you got Joseph, another lawyer and a personal trainer, and he's Middle Eastern. And Joseph was thrown in at the last minute. But that's something about Big Brothers because they always have alternates. So let's say something doesn't work out, and it could be anything. That person could have had to go back home because of something happening. That person could have broke a rule too, because you're supposed to stay your butt in that room that entire time. You don't have to leave the room or anything until it's time for you to go into the Big Brother house. You can't be sharing anything, talking on the phone, doing nothing extra. So let's say, and they should have ripped all of that stuff out. He shouldn't have had anything but himself in that hotel room for the past couple of weeks, but anything can happen. So I didn't read an article on it. If y'all know what happened and how did Joseph get in and why was the other person booted, let me know. You could DM me on my Instagram. There it is, at Jacasta_Odom. Share, like, and subscribe because we're in Big Brother season and I want to see everybody. I want to be in communication with all of you. So let's get into it. Do not forget it. Okay. So like I said, we are on the third set of house guests. The last person to come through for the third set of 4 was Brittany. Brittany is a clinical hypnotherapist. I don't know how I feel about that. But it is what it is. That's her job, not mine. She's a competitive belly dancer. That's very interesting as well. So she says she's been watching BB not 16, BB since the first season, since season 1. So let's talk about this. You got Brittany, Joseph, and Turner. They all got the piercing tent. And then Nicole got the porta potty. So that was really interesting. That was really interesting. So that was our third set of house guests. Let's get to the last set of house guests to enter the Big Brother house, right? So Terrence, bus operator in Chicago, at nighttime, in daytime, he bussing it. In the nighttime, he busting a groove, busting a move with the DJ karaoke. He has 4 kids, and his wife told him, "You can't come back in this house until you bring that $750,000 home." She didn't quite say it like that, but that's kind of how I felt. He said he's really gonna throw people under the bus. I like it, Terrence. I like it. I like it. Really throw the people under the bus. So then Indy, not the Indy 500, but Indy, the corporate flight attendant who's from Brazil. She says she's going to have a great social game, but she seemed a bit boring to me. And Indy, I think, and I need somebody to tell me the truth. Is Indy really 31? Because I thought Indy was 41. Indy, my sister is 31. Has everybody seen my sister? Because that's what 31 looks like. Indy, maybe she's doing corporate flight attendant. Maybe she just fudges her age a little bit. Maybe by 10 years, but who am I to say? So Pooch is a football coach for college. He is living in Staten Island. He said him and his mama has always watched together. So, okay, Pooch, we want to see what you got. Amira, she works at Google. Amira, sis, you work for Google? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. She says she's been to about 35 countries. And so she's well versed. She likes to travel. That's what it seems like. So I thought this. Here it is. That's our last set of 4. Now they got to get to their festival of hot spots. You got the porta potties, the piercing tent, and the merch stand. And then there is a backstage boss. So here it was. They were the last set of 4. Terrence had to go to he put his little ticket in and he went to the piercing tent. Amira put her little ticket in and she went to the merch stand. Then you had Indy. She went to the merch stand. And then Pooch, he puts his ticket in and he gets to go to the backstage boss. So he goes up the spiral staircase up to a gold chair. Say what? Say huh now? So he gets to go sit up and he watches the peasants. That's how I looked at it. He was like, I'm going to look at the little people down there and see what those little people are doing. Because I knew right then that this boy, he was going to be safe for a week. So you survive a week and that's good. And that's just like surviving a week just by chance. First comp, porta potties. Up first, what they were supposed to do is listen to the conversations around the porta potty, right? People are going to be outside the porta potties. They're going to be talking. They're going to say 1, 2, or 3. Then you got to know how many times they say 1, 2, or 3, which one they say the most. So you got to listen out, listen out, listen out. There's 4 rounds. First round, Paloma, they all get it right. They all pushed 2, like 2. But Paloma, she pushed it last. So guess what? I knew something was going to happen, but I thought something might squirt out at them. But I was like, where's it going to come from? Because nothing in front of them. So I was like, what is about to happen to them? So here they are in the porta potty. She gets it wrong. Boom, like all over her. She gets slimed. It's like, now listen, when I went on Big Brother, they were like, come out with your best on or whatever. These ladies came out bringing it. And you slimed Hope it comes out. So then you have the second round. Jasmine gets eliminated. Then you have the third round. Nicole gets slimed, and she looks like she got slimed the worst. I was like, what in the world? Then you have the next round, and Kyle gets eliminated. And Kyle's in there like this, y'all. Like, he wanna, hey, don't get me. You ain't gonna get me. Like, Kyle, they still gonna get you. Might not gonna get everyone on you, but he's trying to cover himself. So Monte wins that competition. So he has to go take his place on the stage. So then your second comp was, so that was your first comp. Your second comp, wait, so sorry. First comp, porta potties. Second comp was your piercing panic. So here's the thing. They had to attach 10 pieces of jewelry on their face, but specifically on their face. So they're looking at that to see where this has to be attached. But you got to do it in before everybody. So everybody goes and they're just putting, they're attaching, and they're putting, and they're attaching, they're putting, and they're attaching, they're putting, and they're attaching. Right? And then Turner wins that competition. So then up, there's a third comp called Hanging Tough. So all of the people over there with the merch, guess what they got to do? Those t-shirts ahead over their head comes down. They got to grab those t-shirts. They got to hang on for dear life. You got to act like you know, because this is Big Brother, and you know if you ain't hanging on, yeah, but then you got to think about it. Do I really want to hang on? Do I really want to go to this other comp? Do I want to make myself look like I can do it? Or do I want to hang back and not really look like I can make it and do it and do anything that could get me noticed? Because one thing I got to understand is that in Big Brother, anything can happen and things can change at any time, because I'm always supposed to expect the unexpected. So do I really want to hang tough? I don't know. So let's get into it. So the third competition is happening. They're hanging tough. They grabbed onto the t-shirt. They're hanging on. They get lifted up and they're hanging like this. Boom, drops Alyssa. Boom, drops Indy. Boom, drops Amira. Boom, drops Michael. And last man hanging is Daniel. So Daniel has to do what? Daniel has to go up to the stage. He's going up to the stage with the other winners, Monte, Turner, and Daniel. They all are now drumming for power. This is the HOH competition, and it's called Drumming for Power. Now it is time for them to go get out of the little trunk, all of these, and set up this drum set, right? Before everybody, and hit the buzzer. So they're all up there. They taking everything out. But then I look, and Monte seems to be moving a little bit slower. So I'm like, Monte, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to not really throw it, but throw it? Are you trying to not be the first HOH because you know that sometimes that makes you look like you're a threat? What are you doing? So then he picks up the pace, and then they all seem like they just got the pace going at the same time, but it's just like, whoa, what are we to do? So I'm looking and I'm like, uh-oh, y'all better hurry up. You better come on. You better hurry up. You better come on. And then up, doom, 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 drum roll, please. First HOH is Daniel. Daniel pulls it out. Daniel pulls it through. So, Daniel wins. So that's the first HOH, but that's not it. That's not all, folks. No. So Pooch, backstage boss, he's sitting over there. And Julie Chin Moonves says all week, you don't have to participate in anything because you're going to be safe. You don't have to do any comps. You don't have to do anything at all. And I'm like, For what? For why, Julie? And then she's like, let me tell you. Well, you're safe. You're safe, and your unique power comes with a price, right? So guess what? he must expect the unexpected. We must expect the unexpected. All of the house guests gotta expect the unexpected because anything can happen in Big Brother. And how do I know? I'm glad you asked because I've been on Big Brother before. Check it. All right, so then here it is. He has to choose. Because in the motto of expecting unexpected, guess what? Brother has to choose. Pooch, you gotta choose. Pooch gotta say who, and yes, that's right, who, and I said who out of all of the house guests that he don't know, not one of the names, are gonna be three other backstage bosses. And so people are like, yeah, they thinking this is good. No, it's never good. It's never good when you think that four people are gonna be safe. You know why? Because then expect the unexpected. What was unexpected was that literally those three people, yeah, they weren't going to plan anything, but they weren't going to be able to save themselves either. They can easily be put on the block because they did not have to do anything. They are not safe at all. They're not. You know. Oh. He's like, I don't know any of these people. How can I just choose three people randomly and I don't know them? And then Julie's basically like, glad you asked. So then they play this whole video about everybody, right? And so then you find out a little bit more about everyone. And Joseph was the one that kind of tugs on your heartstrings with his video. So here it is. Guess what he said? He said, I'm going to make it fair. I'm just going to choose the first people who were eliminated. I'm like, he got a point there. He got a point. So out of that, you could choose two. So he was like, well, who didn't get to the porta potty because I was up there on my throne, basically is what he was saying, and I didn't see who didn't win, who got out first. So then Paloma, it was me. Then he was like, who got out next? Alyssa. So then he's like, okay, well, that leaves Brittany. He was like, you just stood out to me because of the belly dancing thing. So that's how he had to choose her. Because remember, with the piercing, there was not like an elimination. There was just whoever got it first. So, but what's interesting to me, huh? Because it should be interesting to you guys too. What's interesting about the chosen ones for the three backstage bosses? First, they're all girls. Okay. Well, it was going to be two of them girls because he had his own way of doing it. But there didn't have to be three girls because guess what I noticed? Now, you could have chose a dude, but you didn't. That leads me to believe that you, Pooch, already have set in your head that the ladies will go first. I might be wrong and I may just be having a little inkling about this, but I don't think I am wrong, Pooch. I think you want the ladies to go down first. And I guess I will see, or some of you will tell me. I'm making up my mind if I want to get the whole feeds. I don't know. If you all do, basically just go to Paramount. What is it? Paramount Plus and slash Big Brother, so you can get on those live feeds. You can pay for those live feeds. But I'm trying to make up my mind. Do I want to get them so that I can know a little more? But America gets to save somebody. So we shall see what America does. Because America, you're funny. Sometimes you save the right people and sometimes you don't. So I'm excited to see this season. Let me be truly honest. I have not watched Big Brother during a season since mine until last year. I didn't watch their season, during the season, I actually watched them in, I think it was December or something like that, because there's a true thing called Big Brother anxiety. I named it Big Brother anxiety, but I know that it is a true thing. Mm. So I have never watched my own season, and just to be honest, I won't watch my own season. But literally, yeah, it's just one of those difficult tasks, difficult things to do. When you, i.e., the public, go on Big Brother, you'll understand completely what I'm talking about. So I shall see you guys very soon in a few days, because we got to see who's going to be on the block, who wins the veto. We got to see everything that's going on Big Brother. And I'll try to drop in with some props every time I come, because I still have them. Yes. And I haven't framed this yet, but I am going to. So until next time, remember to like, subscribe, hit me up, let me know. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning, but we got it going. We made it happen, and that's what matters. Until next time, I shall see you all later. Share this video a million times. See you soon.